Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'm bringing you revelations that have been hidden for centuries. Powerful knowledge left to us by St. Cyprian, the patron saint of witches and sorcerers, in his sacred grimoire. Did you know that there are specific scents that warn us when we are victims of spiritual attacks? That's right. The environment doesn't lie, and St. Cyprian, who was a powerful magician and sorcerer before converting to Christianity, understood all the secrets of black magic and how to counteract it. St. Cyprian wasn't just any saint. His story is fascinating because, prior to his conversion, he mastered all the dark arts. This is exactly why, upon converting, he decided to reveal all the secrets to protect innocent souls. In his sacred book, the CYPRIANic Grimoire, he teaches us that our senses are the first line of defense against spiritual attacks, and our sense of smell might be the most powerful of them all. Have you ever suddenly noticed a strange scent in your home, an odor that appears and disappears without explanation? It's not a coincidence. According to St. Cyprian, these smells are energetic manifestations. They are the way the spiritual world communicates with us to warn us. Today, we will uncover these scents that indicate someone is working against us, that negative energies are surrounding us, or that entities are trying to harm us. And most importantly, I will reveal to you the secret rituals of St. Cyprian to counteract each of these works. This knowledge has been closely guarded for centuries, passed down only to a select few initiates. But today, I feel it's my mission to share it with you because we are living in times where darkness is trying to dominate, and we need all the weapons of light we can muster. Get ready for a journey into the world of subtle energies and the ancestral knowledge that St. Cyprian has left us. And remember, this video isn't just for you to watch, but for you to take action and protect yourself. So, grab a pen and paper because what I'm about to reveal could completely change your spiritual reality. Let's start with the first scent that St. Cyprian mentions in his grimoire as a definitive sign that we are victims of witchcraft. The first revealing scent that St. Cyprian mentions in his writings is the smell of burning candle wax or paraffin that appears inexplicably. According to the Cyprianic Grimoire, when you perceive this smell without having any candles lit at home, it clearly means that someone is watching over you, lighting candles with your name, your photo, or some personal item of yours. This candle watching ritual is one of the most common and effective ways to harm a person. St. Cyprian explains that when someone is watching you, they are literally consuming your vital energy, just as the flame consumes the candle. So when you sense that smell of paraffin, wax, or even burnt wick, you must act immediately. The solution that St. Cyprian reveals in his grimoire is simple yet powerful. You need to create your own protection with candles. You will need a white candle, blessed olive oil, and coarse salt. According to the saint, you should anoint the candle with olive oil, rubbing it from top to bottom while repeating this Cyprianic prayer. By the power of St. Cyprian, who knows all the secrets of light and darkness, I protect myself from all watching and work against me. May this flame be my shield and my sword. Light this candle for 30 minutes each night for 7 consecutive days. St. Cyprian assures that this will not only protect you, but will also return the work to the one who is doing it. It's amazing how many people have written to me saying this Cyprianic ritual completely changed their spiritual situation. Now, let's prepare to discover the second scent that St. Cyprian reveals as a sign of witchcraft. The second revealing scent that St. Cyprian warns us about in his grimoire is the smell of tobacco when no one is smoking nearby. This penetrating odor that appears out of nowhere is, according to the patron saint of witches, an unmistakable sign that we are victims of a Santeria work or that someone is consulting oracles to watch and harm us. Saint Cyprian explains in detail in his writings that tobacco is one of the most commonly used elements in Santeria works and black magic rituals from the Caribbean. The smoke from tobacco acts as a bridge between dimensions, allowing negative entities to manifest in our space. If you've noticed this smell suddenly, especially at night or in the corners of your home, it's time to act. The Cyprianic solution to counteract this type of work is powerful and effective. According to Saint Cyprian's grimoire, you need to perform a special cleansing with sacred herbs that the saint himself revealed. You will need charcoal, white copal, dried rosemary, black sage, and rue. In an incense burner, place the burning charcoal and add a mixture of these herbs while reciting, Saint Cyprian, who knew the secrets of smoke and fire, purify my space and break any tobacco and oracle work done against me. This cleansing should be done for 3 consecutive days, always starting from the front door inward, counterclockwise. Saint Cyprian assures that this fumigation not only cleans the energy, but also closes any portals that may have been opened through the Santeria work. Many people ignore these smells, thinking they are coincidences. But as Saint Cyprian teaches us, in the spiritual world, there are no coincidences. Every sign has meaning and purpose. Now, let's discover the third scent that, according to the Cyprianic grimoire, alerts us to a very dangerous work. The third scent that Saint Cyprian reveals as a sign of witchcraft is the smell of damp earth or dust that appears inexplicably in closed spaces. According to the Cyprianic grimoire, this scent is perhaps one of the most dangerous because it clearly indicates that someone has performed a magical burial against you or your family. Saint Cyprian, in his secret writings, explains that burial is one of the oldest and most powerful forms of black magic. It involves burying personal items of the victim, photographs, or representative dolls, along with negative elements like bones, cemetery dirt, or putrid substances. The goal is to metaphorically bury the luck, health, love, or prosperity of the person. If you've noticed this smell of earth or dust, especially if it concentrates in certain areas of your house or appears suddenly when you close doors and windows, it's urgent that you take action. According to Saint Cyprian, the first thing you need to do is identify the possible location where the burial was done. Generally, these works are done near the main entrance of the house, in the 4 corners of the property, or by burying items close to where the person lives. The solution that Saint Cyprian reveals in his grimoire is the powerful Cyprianic protection bottle. To prepare it, you will need a clear glass bottle with a lid, white vinegar, 7 new needles, 7 iron nails, coarse salt, black pepper, a bay leaf, holy water or purified water. According to the saint's instructions, you should fill the bottle halfway with vinegar, then add the needles and nails while saying, Saint Cyprian, with these needles and nails, I unearth all work done against me. After, add the salt, pepper, and the bay leaf, saying, with these elements, I purify and protect my path. Finally, fill it with holy water and close the bottle. This bottle should be buried on your own land, preferably at the main entrance. While reciting the Cyprianic prayer, by the power of Saint Cyprian, who knew the secrets of the earth and the underworld, unearth all work done against me and return the negativity to the sender multiplied by 7. Saint Cyprian assures that this bottle not only unearths the works, but also creates a protective shield around your property. The effect is so powerful that many have told me that after performing this ritual, those who had harmed them started experiencing difficult situations. Now let's move on to the 4th scent, which according to the Cyprianic grimoire is one of the most feared. The 4th scent that Saint Cyprian reveals in his writings is perhaps the most disturbing, the smell of decay or death that appears without any physical source to justify it. According to the Cyprianic grimoire, this odor indicates the presence of disembodied spirits that have not found the light or worse yet, negative entities that have been sent through necromancy work. Saint Cyprian deeply understood these works because before his conversion, he was considered a master in communication with the dead. In his writings, he reveals that he experienced a spiritual battle with these entities and discovered how to effectively combat them. He explains that these smells typically manifest at specific hours, almost always between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., a time when the veil between dimensions is thinnest. If you have sensed these foul odors that appear and disappear, especially accompanied by feelings of cold, presence, or heaviness, you are experiencing what Saint Cyprian calls the shadow of the disembodied. These spirits may be bound to the earth by black magic works, or may have been sent specifically to disturb your vital energy and attract illness or bad luck. The Cyprianic ritual to combat this type of presence is complex, but extremely effective. You will need white chrysanthemums, at least 7 flowers, a large white candle, a container with purified water, coarse salt, rosemary or white sage incense, a red ribbon. According to the instructions revealed by St. Cyprian, you should place the container with water in the center of the room where you have perceived the smell. Around the container, form a circle with the salt. Place the white candle behind the container to the north and light it while reciting, "By the divine light that transformed Cyprian from darkness to clarity, I command all disembodied presence to leave this space." Then, place the chrysanthemums around the salt circle, forming a 7-pointed star if possible. Saint Cyprian explains that the chrysanthemum is a high-vibration flower that acts as a beacon for these lost spirits, helping them find their way. The final step, according to the grimoire, is to recite the exorcism of Saint Cyprian, while the incense purifies the space. I, with the power that Saint Cyprian grants me, command every entity, whether of light or shadow, to leave this place and follow their path to the light. By the conversion of the magician Cyprian, may all darkness transform into light and all evil into good. May the water portal carry these energies to their correct place in the universe. You must keep the candle lit until it completely burns out and leave the container with water for 24 hours. The next day, take the water to a garden or plant and pour it there while saying, "May nature transmute all energy." This ritual has been so effective that many people have told me how not only did the odors disappear, but they also experienced a sense of lightness and peace in their homes that they had never felt before. Now, let's move on to the 5th scent that Saint Cyprian identifies as an unmistakable sign of a particularly harmful work. The 5th scent revealed by Saint Cyprian in his grimoire is the smell of excrement without an apparent physical source. According to Cyprianic writings, this odor indicates a work of dispatch or soiling, one of the oldest and most effective rituals used to close paths, cause illness, or attract misery to a person or family. Saint Cyprian explains that these works are usually performed using animal or even human excrement, mixed with the victim's written name, photographs, or belongings. They are traditionally placed at crossroads, entrances to homes or businesses, or buried in the ground where the affected person lives. The most dangerous aspect of these works, as revealed by the saint, is that they create a putrid energy field that slowly contaminates all aspects of life. If you have perceived this type of smell without a logical explanation, especially near entrances or in corners of your property, Saint Cyprian advises immediate action. First, physically inspect your entrance and property for any strange elements that might have been placed there. If you find something, do not touch it directly. Use gloves and a bag and take it far from your home. The Cyprianic cleansing ritual consists of a series of purifying baths that must be done on consecutive days. According to the secret grimoire, you will need: Day 1. Coarse salt bath, 2 liters of warm water, a large handful of coarse salt. The Cyprianic prayer: just as this salt purifies. May my body, mind, and spirit be cleansed of all works of excrement and dirt. Day 2, rue and rosemary bath, 2 liters of hot water, 7 sprigs of fresh rue, 7 sprigs of rosemary. The invocation, rue and rosemary, sacred plants revealed by St. Cyprian, cleanse my energy and close every door to negativity. Day 3, chamomile and rosemary bath, 2 liters of hot water, a handful of chamomile flowers, 7 sprigs of rosemary, the words of power. By the knowledge of St. Cyprian, may these sacred herbs restore my energy field and drive away all evil. Day 4, clove bath, 2 liters of hot water, 7 cloves, the final prayer. With these cloves, following Cyprianic knowledge, I seal my aura against all works of dirt and dispatch. May my path be clean and protected. Each bath should be applied after your normal shower, allowing the water to dry naturally on your body. St. Cyprian assures that this 4-day ritual not only eliminates the effects of the work, but also creates a protective barrier that prevents future harm. To cleanse the house, the saint himself recommends preparing these baths in larger quantities and using them to mop floors and clean surfaces, always from the back of the house to the front door. Now, let's look at the 6th scent that St. Cyprian identifies as dangerous. The 6th scent, revealed in the Cyprianic grimoire, is the smell of urine without an identifiable physical source. According to St. Cyprian, this odor is indicative of a work of domination and energy manipulation. In his secret writings, he explains that bodily fluids, especially urine, have been used for millennia in rituals to dominate the will of others. This type of work specifically seeks to weaken the victim's willpower, confidence, and decision-making ability. St. Cyprian warns that these odors often manifest during important decision-making moments or when the person is about to achieve significant accomplishments. It is, quite literally, an attempt to mark territory in the victim's energy field. The Cyprianic solution for this type of work is the powerful water of liberation, a formula that the saint himself developed after his conversion to help those who had been subjected to these rituals. According to the grimoire, you will need 500 ml of white vinegar, 500 ml of purified water, juice from 5 fresh lemons, a tablespoon of coarse salt, 7 drops of lemon essential oil, optional. Mix all the ingredients in a glass container while reciting the Cyprianic prayer. By the transforming power that converted Cyprian, may all domination over me be dissolved. May my will be as strong as iron and clear as crystal. May all energetic manipulation be cut and dissolved. With this mixture, you should cleanse the entrances of your home, windows, door frames, and especially the corners where you've perceived the smell. St. Cyprian recommends doing this for 3 consecutive days, always at the same time. For more severe cases, the Cyprianic grimoire also mentions a complementary amulet, a small red bag containing 7 black peppercorns, a dried rue leaf, and a small metal key. This amulet should be carried with you for 21 days to definitively cut any ties of domination. This ritual has helped countless people regain their willpower and mental clarity. Now let's get ready to learn about the 7th scent that St. Cyprian identifies in his grimoire. The 7th scent that St. Cyprian reveals in his writings is the intense smell of perfume that appears without explanation. According to the Cyprianic grimoire, this scent indicates a work of love-binding or emotional domination. St. Cyprian explains that these works use perfumes or colognes as vehicles to insert obsessions and compulsive thought patterns into the victim's mind. What's particular about this smell, according to the saint, is that it tends to manifest at specific moments when you think about a certain person, when you are about to make love-related decisions, or when you are trying to distance yourself from toxic relationships. It acts as an energetic mechanism to keep you emotionally tied. To counteract these works, Saint Cyprian reveals in his grimoire the formulas for breakup perfumes, sacred essences specifically designed to cut energetic ties and bindings. The most powerful of these formulas is the Cyprianic Love Liberation Perfume. You will need a 100 ml of odorless alcohol, can be unflavored vodka, 7 fresh bay leaves, 1 small sprig of rosemary, 1 small sprig of rue, 3 drops of lemon essential oil, 1 small clear quartz. According to the grimoire, you should macerate these ingredients for 7 days in a dark glass jar. During the maceration, each day shake the jar while reciting the Cyprianic prayer. By the power of Saint Cyprian, may every emotional tie imposed be cut. May every binding be dissolved. May my heart be free to love according to my true will. After the 7 days, strain the mixture and use this perfume on your nape, wrists, and ankles for 7 consecutive days. Saint Cyprian assures that this perfume not only breaks bindings, but also creates a shield that prevents them from affecting you again. Now, let's delve into the 8th scent that, according to Saint Cyprian, indicates a serious spiritual problem. The 8th scent revealed in the Cyprianic grimoire is the smell of drainage, sewer, or pipe without apparent cause. According to Saint Cyprian, this odor is particularly concerning because it indicates a work intended to provoke economic ruin, extreme poverty, and situations of scarcity. In his secret writings, Saint Cyprian explains that this type of work uses black waters, dirt from drains, or putrid elements in combination with the victim's name or photographs. The goal is to metaphorically contaminate prosperity and make the person live in constant scarcity, no matter how hard they try. If you have perceived this inexplicable smell, especially in areas related to your finances, such as your office, wallet, or areas where you keep important documents, Saint Cyprian recommends acting urgently. The Cyprianic grimoire reveals a powerful ritual known as the candle in running water. You will need a honey-white candle, a clear glass container, fresh running water, spring or filtered, 7 new shiny coins, ground cinnamon, a pinch of saffron. According to the saint's instructions, you should fill the container with fresh water and place the coins at the bottom. Sprinkle a small amount of cinnamon and saffron over the water while reciting Saint Cyprian, who knew abundance after conversion, cleanse my paths of prosperity and dissolve any work of scarcity. Then, light the candle and place it floating in the center of the container. Saint Cyprian indicates that you should let the candle burn completely. The water should stay for 24 hours, after which you should use it to water a plant while saying, "May prosperity bloom in my life as this plant grows toward the light." The grimoire also mentions a complementary 7-day ritual for more severe cases, which consists of cleaning your entire house with fresh water mixed with a few drops of cinnamon and orange essential oil, especially in the areas where finances are handled. Now, let's move on to the 9th scent revealed by Saint Cyprian. The 9th scent mentioned in the Cyprianic grimoire is the smell of human sweat or the persistent presence of the aroma of a specific person, without them being physically present. According to Saint Cyprian, this phenomenon indicates an energetic binding through bodily fluids, one of the oldest and most powerful methods of magical control. Saint Cyprian explains in his writings that these works use sweat, hair, or other bodily fluids of the victim to create a permanent energetic connection. The goal is to manipulate the victim's thoughts, emotions, and decisions from a distance, creating a kind of forced telepathy where the manipulator can constantly influence the victim. If you've noticed this type of smell, especially if you recognize where it's coming from, or if you feel like you smell someone else despite being clean, you are experiencing what Saint Cyprian referred to as the invisible yoke. The Cyprianic grimoire reveals a 30-day ritual to cut these deep energetic bindings. For the ritual, you will need a glass jar with a lid, apple cider vinegar, 7 new needles, A piece of paper where you write your full name, whole black pepper. A black candle and a white candle. According to the saint's instructions, you should fold the paper with your name inwards 7 times. Place it in the jar and add the vinegar until it covers half. Add the 7 needles, saying, "With these needles, I cut all ties imposed without my consent." Add 7 whole black peppercorns, saying, "With this pepper, I burn every energetic cord that binds me." Close the jar and place it between the 2 lit candles. Saint Cyprian indicates that you should repeat this process for 7 consecutive days, adding a new needle each day while reciting Saint Cyprian, who knows the secrets of energetic binding. Break all imposed ties and return my energetic autonomy. After the 7 days, you should bury the jar far from your home, preferably in an empty lot or forest, while saying the final words, "Here I bury all imposed ties. I'm completely free." And now, we arrive at the 10th and final negative scent revealed by St. Cyprian. The 10th scent revealed in the Cyprianic grimoire is perhaps the most subtle, the smell of old paper, letters or playing cards that appears without explanation. According to St. Cyprian, this aroma indicates that you are being watched through oracular methods like tarot, Spanish cards or cartomancy. It is particularly interesting that St. Cyprian, who was knowledgeable about these divinatory arts, warns us about this particular use. In his writings, he explains that when someone constantly consults oracles to know your movements, decisions, or future, it creates an invasive energetic connection that can negatively influence your free will. If you have perceived this aroma, especially when you are making important decisions or at moments of vulnerability, St. Cyprian reveals in his grimoire the creation of a specific protective amulet against oracular surveillance. You will need a small silver plate. It can be an old silver coin, a piece of parchment paper, natural red ink, a piece of black cloth, red thread. On the parchment, draw an eye inside an inverted triangle with the red ink while reciting, "Saint Cyprian, protector of secrets. May my path be invisible to all invasive gazes." Place the parchment under the silver plate and wrap them together in the black cloth, tying everything with the red thread while saying, "I seal my energy against all unauthorized readings. Let my decisions be solely mine." This amulet should be kept close to your heart, preferably worn around your neck, for 21 days. After this period, St. Cyprian assures that your energy will be completely protected against all forms of invasive oracular readings. Now that we have explored the 10 negative scents, let's discover something wonderful: the positive aromas that, according to St. Cyprian, indicate beneficial spiritual presences. After delving into the world of scents that warn us about witchcraft works, St. Cyprian reveals something beautiful in his grimoire. There are scents that indicate the presence of positive spiritual entities that come to protect and assist us. The first positive scent that St. Cyprian mentions are sweet smells, aromas of caramel, sugar, vanilla, or sweets that appear without a physical source. According to the Cyprianic grimoire, these aromas indicate the presence of guardian angels or angelic entities that have come to provide us with protection and guidance. In his secret writings, St. Cyprian explains that after his conversion, he frequently experienced these sweet aromas, especially during moments of deep prayer. He discovered that angels use these fragrances to manifest their presence subtly, as they are high-vibration energies that cannot fully materialize in our plane. To enhance and honor this angelic presence, the Cyprianic grimoire reveals a ritual of incense consecration. You will need natural vanilla incense, a charcoal disc, an incense burner, clay or metal, a white candle, pure honey. According to the saint's instructions, you should light the white candle while saying, "Divine light, attract to me the presence of protective angels." Then, light the charcoal in the incense burner and place a small amount of honey on it while saying, "With this sweetness, I honor the angelic presence." Finally, Add the vanilla incense while reciting the Cyprianic angelic prayer. By the sweetness of the spirit transformed of Saint Cyprian, I invoke the angelic presence in my sacred space. May their light, love, and protection accompany and guide me. Saint Cyprian indicates that this ritual should preferably be performed on Mondays or Thursdays, days associated with angelic energies. The incense should burn completely, and the space should be kept in silence or with soft music during the process. The saint assures that after this ritual, the angelic presence will intensify, and you will be able to perceive their guidance more clearly. Many people have shared amazing experiences with me after performing this Cyprianic ritual, ranging from revealing dreams to synchronicities that have helped them solve complex problems. Angels are always ready to help us, but they need our conscious invitation to manifest fully. Now, let's discover the second positive scent revealed by Saint Cyprian. The second group of positive scents that Saint Cyprian mentions in his grimoire are the smells of fresh herbs like rosemary, mint, thyme, or basil, which appear spontaneously without a physical source. According to the saint, these aromas indicate the presence of healing spirits and natural entities that come to restore our energetic balance. In his secret writings, Saint Cyprian explains that each herb has a particular vibration and attracts a specific type of healing energy. Rosemary, for example, attracts entities that restore vitality and strength. Mint attracts spirits that clarify the mind and dispel confusion, while basil attracts energies that purify the heart and emotions. To honor and enhance these healing presences, Saint Cyprian reveals in his grimoire the Cyprianic purification baths. The most potent is the mint and rosemary bath. You will need a large handful of fresh mint leaves, several sprigs of fresh rosemary, 2 liters of water, a clear quartz crystal, a green candle. According to the saint's instructions, you should boil the water, and once it reaches a boil, turn off the heat and add the herbs. Cover the preparation and let it steep while reciting, "By the healing power revealed to Saint Cyprian, may these sacred herbs restore my energy field and attract healing spirits to my being." Let the preparation cool until it is warm. Strain the herbs and add the quartz crystal to the liquid while lighting the green candle. Then recite the final invocation, "Healing spirits of nature, come to my call and restore every cell of my being." This bath should be applied after your normal shower, allowing the liquid to dry naturally on your skin. Saint Cyprian recommends doing it during the waxing moon to enhance its healing effects. According to the grimoire, this ritual not only attracts healing entities, but also activates your own self-healing power. Now, let's move on to the third positive scent that Saint Cyprian reveals in his writings. The third positive scent, mentioned in the Cyprianic grimoire, is the smell of roses that appears without a physical source. According to Saint Cyprian, this scent is especially sacred as it indicates the presence of the Marian or divine feminine energy that comes to offer us unconditional love, protection, and comfort. In his secret writings, Saint Cyprian recounts how during his conversion he intensely experienced this aroma, associating it with a divine feminine presence that guided him toward the light. The saint explains that different colors of roses indicate different aspects of this energy. White roses represent purity and spiritual protection. Red roses symbolize divine love and spiritual passion. Pink roses denote emotional healing, and yellow roses represent wisdom and inspiration. To honor this sacred presence, the Cyprianic grimoire reveals a beautiful ritual of floral offering. You will need fresh roses, preferably of different colors, a glass container with water, a pink or white candle, pure honey, a rose petal written with your request. According to the saint's instructions, you should place the container with water on an altar or special table. Add a teaspoon of honey to the water while saying, "Divine sweetness, attract to me the presence of sacred feminine energy." Place the roses in the water reverently one by one, naming with each flower a quality you wish to cultivate. With this rose, I honor divine compassion. With this rose, I honor feminine strength. Finally, light the candle and place the petal with your petition floating in the water while reciting the Marian Cyprianic prayer. By the mystical rose that guided Saint Cyprian to the light, I invoke the presence of the Divine Mother in all her forms. May her love, compassion, and protection envelop and guide me. Saint Cyprian indicates that the flowers should remain on the altar until they begin to wilt, at which point they should be lovingly placed in the earth or a garden. According to the grimoire, after this ritual, the divine feminine presence will stay close, occasionally manifesting through the scent of roses, especially in moments of emotional need. Many people have shared transformative experiences with me after performing this ritual, from deep emotional healing to a renewed connection with their own intuition and inner wisdom. Now, let's look at the fourth positive scent that Saint Cyprian mentions. The fourth positive scent revealed in the Cyprianic grimoire is the smell of incense that appears spontaneously without a physical source. According to Saint Cyprian, this aroma indicates a state of spiritual elevation and connection with higher dimensions of consciousness. In his secret writings, Saint Cyprian explains that this scent often manifests during moments of deep meditation, sincere prayer, or when we are about to receive an important spiritual revelation. It is literally the aroma of the elevation of the spirit. To enhance this spiritual connection, the Cyprianic grimoire reveals a ritual of fumigation at the four corners. You will need frankincense incense, a charcoal disc, an incense burner, 4 small white candles. According to the saint's instructions, you should place the 4 candles in the 4 corners of the room where you will meditate. Light each candle saying, "I illuminate this space for spiritual elevation." Then, light the charcoal in the incense burner and place the incense while reciting the Cyprianic invocation. By the transformed knowledge of Saint Cyprian, I open my being to higher wisdom. May my spirit rise like this smoke and connect with universal truth. Saint Cyprian recommends performing this ritual before important moments of meditation or when you need spiritual clarity. The saint assures that this ritual not only attracts energies of wisdom, but also expands your own capacity for spiritual perception, allowing you to access deeper levels of consciousness. Now, let's explore the fifth and final positive scent mentioned by Saint Cyprian. The fifth group of positive scents that Saint Cyprian reveals in his grimoire are the smells of fresh fruits and various flowers like jasmine, geranium, or orange blossom. According to the saint, these aromas indicate the presence of spiritual guides and teachers who come to offer us teachings and guidance on our path. In his secret writings, Saint Cyprian explains that each type of fruit or flower corresponds to a specific type of spiritual guide. The aroma of citrus fruits like lemon or orange indicates guides related to vitality and mental clarity. Sweet fruits like apple or pear signal teachers of love and harmony, while flowers like jasmine or geranium reveal the presence of guides related to spiritual evolution and transformation. To communicate with these guides, the Cyprianic grimoire reveals a simple yet powerful ritual. You will need a fresh fruit, preferably from the variety whose aroma you have perceived. A fresh flower, also related to the perceived aroma, a yellow candle, a notebook and pen. According to the saint's instructions, you should place the fruit and flower on a table or altar with the yellow candle behind them. Light the candle saying, "Light of wisdom, illuminate my path." Sit in front of the altar with the notebook and pen. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, focusing on the natural aroma of the fruit and flower. Then recite the Cyprianic invocation. By the wisdom that transforms Saint Cyprian, I invite my spiritual guides and teachers to manifest. I'm open to receiving their guidance and teachings. Remain silent and receptive for at least 15 minutes. Saint Cyprian indicates that any thought, image, or sensation that arises during this time should be noted in the notebook. as it may contain important messages from your guides. After exploring these 5 positive scents, let's now look at how we can deliberately attract these higher beings into our space. After revealing the scents that indicate the presence of both negative and positive entities, Saint Cyprian shares in his grimoire the methods to deliberately attract higher beings who can protect, guide, and bless us. According to the saint, these light entities respond to certain vibrational stimuli that we can consciously create. The Cyprianic offering altar is the main tool for this purpose. According to the secret grimoire, this altar should be prepared during the waxing moon and kept active for a complete lunar cycle. You will need a clean white tablecloth, a white glass or ceramic plate or tray, yellow fruits, pineapple, yellow apples, bananas, pure honey in a small container, fresh flowers, roses, lilies, sunflowers, a large white candle, fresh water in a glass, natural incense, frankincense, myrrh, or sandalwood, a clear quartz crystal. St. Cyprian provides precise instructions for preparing the altar. First, you should energetically cleanse the space where you will place it, preferably using a mixture of water with a few drops of orange essential oil and sage. Spread the white tablecloth on a table that is not used for other activities and place the plate or tray in the center. Arrange the fruits in a circle on the plate while reciting, "With these fruits of the earth, I invite the beings of light to nourish my space with their presence." Place the container with honey in the center of the circle, saying, "With this sweetness, I honor the divine essence that dwells in all dimensions." The flowers should be arranged around the plate, forming a wider second circle. With each flower, name a quality you wish to attract. With this rose, I invite divine love. With this lily, I invite spiritual purity. The white candle is placed behind the altar and lit while reciting the main Cyprianic invocation, "By the sacred transformation that Saint Cyprian experienced, I invoke the presence of beings of light, spiritual guides, and divine protectors. May this altar be a bridge between dimensions and a beacon for high vibration energies." The glass of water is placed to the right of the plate and the lit incense to the left. Finally, the clear quartz crystal is placed in front of the altar as an amplifier of the energy. According to St. Cyprian, this altar should be kept clean and fresh, renewing the water daily, replacing the fruits when they begin to wilt, and lighting the candle and incense at least once a day while repeating the invocation. The Cyprianic grimoire notes that the 7-day ritual is fundamental for fully consecrating the space. For 7 consecutive days, you should light the candle and incense at dawn. Recite the complete invocation and remain in silent meditation in front of the altar for at least 11 minutes. St. Cyprian warns that higher beings respond to energetic coherence, so during this period of consecration, it is essential to keep the space physically clean. Avoid arguments or dense energies in the home, and practice inner calm. Signs of acceptance of the offering, according to the grimoire, include inexplicable floral or incense aromas, small lights or flashes seen out of the corner of your eye, feelings of deep peace when near the altar, or vivid dreams with guiding messages. As for the most favorable times for communication, St. Cyprian reveals that dawn between 5 and 7 a.m. and dusk between 6 and 8 p.m. are moments of energetic transition when the veil between dimensions becomes thinner, facilitating spiritual communication. To maintain these beneficial presences, the grimoire recommends preparing natural essences using flowers, fruits, and herbs in distilled water exposed to sunlight for 7 hours. These essences can be sprayed around the house regularly to maintain a high energetic vibration that is attractive to beings of light. And now, to conclude this journey through Cyprianic knowledge about spiritual aromas, we have explored together the fascinating world of spiritual aromas revealed by St. Cyprian in his secret grimoire. From the 10 scents that alert us to witchcraft works, to the 5 aromas indicating divine presences, and finally, how to create a conscious bridge to higher dimensions. Always remember that Saint Cyprian bequeathed this knowledge from a unique position. He himself traveled from the depths of black magic to the luminosity of spiritual conversion. He perfectly understood both worlds and dedicated his life to sharing these secrets to protect those who seek the light. The power of these Cyprianic rituals lies not only in the formulas and procedures, but in the sincere intention with which we perform them. Saint Cyprian assured that those who faithfully followed his teachings would be protected against all forms of negativity, for he himself watched over those who honored his legacy from other dimensions. In our next video, we will delve deeper into more advanced Cyprianic rituals for protection, energetic cleansing, and prosperity. If you found this knowledge valuable, share it with those who might need it, for light expands when shared. May the transformative wisdom of Saint Cyprian illuminate your path and protect you from all darkness. Remember, those who know the signs never walk unprotected.